the Boys and Girls Club for serving the low-income kids in their community.
I'm incredibly grateful to the work the Boys and Girls Club does here in our community. It's only possible because of the sponsors and donors who fund the work.
ASML is a supplier to the semiconductor industry. Steve Weimer, president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club, explains how they were connected to ASML, because it's really the result of a club kid who came here long ago when she was a child, who now works for ASML and has been a champion for the Boys and Girls Club within that organization. He says the money, almost half their annual budget, will go to increase STEM programming at clubhouses. In San Jose, Matt Bigelow, KCBS.
The Supreme Court has agreed to hear 5 cases during this current term that collectively will give the court the opportunity to re-examine the nature of content moderation on social media. The issues have been around for a while, first becoming popular when then-President Donald Trump blocked critics from following him on Twitter, and later was kicked off the platform. CBS's Margie Schaefer reports the court has a lot to consider.
In 2 cases, one involving school board members from the Poway Unified School District and another the city manager of Port Huron, Michigan, constituents were blocked from viewing accounts. Plaintiffs claim First Amendment right to free speech in digital spaces.
The platforms are arguing if they're not governmental entities, they're private entities, and their content moderation policies are their own, so that the First Amendment actually doesn't apply.
That is Professor Emeritus at Syracuse University, Lynn Greenkey. 2 other cases under consideration relate to Florida and Texas, which have both passed laws that modify the internal policies and algorithms of large social media platforms. A tech industry trade group says the legislation unconstitutionally restricts the social media companies' First Amendment rights to make their own editorial choices about what appears on the site.
And in fact, because of the algorithms, you never really know if what you're seeing is just stuff that you're interested in seeing or the entire panoply of information available to you.
Additionally, the U.S. government is being sued by states Missouri and Louisiana, which argue that the government efforts to persuade social media platforms to publish or remove posts during COVID were so relentless that the moderation policies no longer reflected the company's own editorial choices. The court's decisions in these cases could have wide-ranging effects on social media in society. Margie Schaefer, KCBS.
U.S. home prices continue to heat up in September. The S&P Case-Shiller Index says home prices rose nearly 4% nationally from a year earlier, up from a 2.5% gain in August. Midwest and Northeast markets continue to see the strongest growth in 2023. Detroit topped San Diego, New York City, and Chicago as the top gainer, 6.7%. San Francisco Bay Area prices were up 0.5% after leveling out from August. Rivian is taking the next step as an automaker, offering leasing options for its R1T electric trucks. The Irvine, California-based company says lease options for the R1T start at $899 per month. Unlike many other EV startups, Rivian has raised production expectations for 2023 and is expecting to produce 52,000 vehicles. Rivian shares rose more than 4%, and the market rallied higher today with the Dow gaining 83 points, NASDAQ up by 40, and the S&P higher by 4. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
Have you heard? The Xfinity Mobile Black Friday sale is on now. Don't miss out on a free line of unlimited for 2 years when you switch to Xfinity Internet. That's over $1,000 in savings. Plus, you gotta get up to $800 off an eligible 5G phone. Join the millions who have switched to one of the fastest growing mobile services. Now through December 5th, new customers can get a free line of unlimited intro mobile for 2 years with Xfinity Fast Internet. Plus, see how you can save even more with up to $800 off the latest 5G phones. It's your chance to get connected to the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. This offer won't last. Go to Xfinity.com/Black Friday sales, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After promo, regular supply to service and devices. Actual internet speeds vary. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. Reduced mobile speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage. Data thresholds may vary.
Hey guys, at Primale Medical, their mission is to provide you with the medical care you need to improve your ED, low T, and incontinence. With years dedicated to improving the lifestyle of their patients in the Bay Area, Primale Medical strives to improve your love life and overall health. Listen to Dr. Robert Rowley.
We have virtually every medication known to man to help men. We specialize in acoustic wave therapy sublingual lozenges, which bypass the digestive system, making them work faster and more effectively, injectable medications, and testosterone treatment for those patients who need it. Impotence problems can be treated in just one visit.
Why wait? Don't lose hope. Call now. Get a PSA test, testosterone test, Doppler ultrasound, and a full year of free visits for just $99. Call now, 415-761-4037. That's 415-761-4037. 415-761-4037. Or go to primemalemedical.com.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great, but with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
KCBS News Time 2:58. We're headed to the Caldecott Tunnel. We're going to see what's up there from Kim and your local Honda Dealers Traffic Center.
Looking snarled now, getting to the Caldecott Tunnel on both eastbound 24 and northbound 13 because a work van broke down. It's stuck in the right lane on the Orinda side, just on the other side of the right bore. So traffic bunching up in Oakland. You will get around it. And then your eastbound 24 commute as you continue through Orinda's fine. I see a few brake lights the closer you get to the Lafayette area and eventually the Walnut Creek interchange. You can follow us on X, for additional traffic information. KCBS AM/FM traffic. Check it out. Next update 3:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
We're going to see increasing clouds as the day wears on. Pretty weak weather systems coming in. Not everyone will get wet, and not everyone's going to get the same amount of rain. We could see the biggest chances closer to the coast and the south through the morning commute, and then we will dry it up in the afternoon. Traffic and weather together on KCBS. Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Jeffrey Schaub. It's Giving Tuesday, and Bay Area food banks are asking for the public's help.
I'm Raquel Maria Dillon. A big bailout for the region's public transit agencies comes with strings attached. I'll explain.
A dozen more hostages from inside Gaza were freed on this fifth day of a temporary ceasefire. Good afternoon. I'm Patty Rising.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station.
3 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Staples.
I'm Monica Ricks. Israelis celebrated the release of 12 more hostages today by Hamas in exchange for more Palestinian prisoners. CBS's Kimmy McCormick tells us it comes as the U.S. pushes for another ceasefire extension.
CIA Director William Burns is in Qatar for talks, and Secretary of State Antony Blinken will be back in the Middle East this week. In Brussels today,
I'm very pleased to see hostages returning home, coming back to be with their loved ones, and we're determined to continue that for as long as possible to bring as many people home as we possibly can.
In Georgia today, remembrances for former First Lady Rosalind Carter. Here's CBS's Skylar Henry.
Seated in the front row, her husband of 77 years. Former President Jimmy Carter in a wheelchair and lap blanket. The Carter's son, Chip, memorialized his mother.
My mother, Rosalind Carter, was the most beautiful woman I've ever met, and pretty to look at, too.
And daughter Amy shared a love letter her father wrote 75 years ago.
But when I see you, I fall in love with you all over again. Does that seem strange to you? It doesn't to me.
Disgraced South Carolina attorney Alec Murdaugh is getting another 27 years tagged onto his life sentence for stealing from his clients.
I am guilty, and yes, sir, I believe that I would be found guilty.
He still denies killing his wife and son. The House could vote to expel embattled Republican Congressman George Santos this week. Here's CBS's Matt Piper.
Santos has already survived 2 attempts to remove him this year, but on this new vote to oust him, he says,
if they want to send me home, if they think this was a fair process, if they think this is how it should be done, and if they're confident that this is a constitutional way of doing it, God bless their hearts.
An early winter blast is freezing out several states in the Northeast tonight, including Pennsylvania. Rich Kirk centers in Erie County and says they've gotten more than a foot of snow so far.
The other snowfalls that we've had in years past, the last couple of years,
made us into wimps. We're not used to this. No, this is good. We need it. We need the winter weather.
Strong winter winds even toppled over the National Christmas tree in D.C. Longtime Berkshire Hathaway Vice Chair Charlie Munger has died. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
Although Warren Buffett is often seen to be the face of Berkshire Hathaway, Charlie Munger was an equal and important partner to Buffett.
Buffett's nickname for Munger was the abominable nomad because he loved to reject potential investments. This is CBS News.
Staples stores provide innovative products and services for small business, remote workers and learners, even teachers and parents. Explore more at your local Staples store.
It's 3:03 at the Bay Area's news station, KCBS. We've got hazy sunshine this afternoon with increasing clouds leading to a chance of rain overnight. Good afternoon. I'm Patty Rising. Brett Burkhardt is off today. Here's what's happening. It is Giving Tuesday across America, and organizations across the Bay Area are asking people to help out at food banks. KCBS's Jeffrey Schaap reports from San Rafael. Demand for services is way up, while federal funding support is way down.
That's the sound of San Francisco Bread Food Bank volunteers sorting canned goods at the nonprofit San Rafael Warehouse. The food and other items, including boxed cereals, pasta, fresh produce, loaded onto forklifts and prepared for delivery to dozens of distribution points. Volunteer coordinator Trevor Norris.
Helping people just like you and me, your neighbors, your family, people who are just food insecure.
But now the food bank is challenged since COVID demand has soared. Child poverty doubled. By 2025, $10 million in annual federal support to the food bank ends. Spokesperson Michael McAlpin says on this Giving Tuesday, Wells Fargo Bank is tripling all financial donations up to $25,000. He says typically a dollar donation provides 2 meals.
Now, think about the impact. That can be multiplied up to 6 meals. So we can really stretch our resources.
He says any amount helps. In San Rafael, Jeffrey Schaap, KCBS.
BART and Muni will have to meet certain conditions in order to get a bailout from the Regional Transit Commission and the state. KCBS's Raquel Maria Dillon explains what the public transit agencies will have to do to use the funds to pay for operating expenses.
All the Bay Area's transit agencies will be required to align their schedules and payment systems to make it easier for riders to navigate. BART and Muni are getting the bulk of the money from the state budget and the Metropolitan Transportation Commission. So, in addition, they'll have to report back on progress made towards improving safety and luring back riders. BART will also have to install new fare gates that are harder to jump by 2025. MTC's Executive Director Andrew Vermeer says BART ridership is up.
It has improved quite a bit, and it stands at about 66% overall of pre-COVID levels, up about 10% from the last 9 months.
But unless ridership improves dramatically, transit agencies still face a fiscal cliff and service cuts. I'm Raquel Maria Dillon, KCBS.
San Francisco State's mandated housing deadline came and went yesterday, a deadline requiring the city to have a plan in place that paves the way for more affordable housing. As KCBS's David Welch reports, the city is now on 30 days' notice.
Call it a warning or maybe even a trip to the principal's office. But San Francisco doesn't want the punishment. The state enacting the builder's remedy.
For decades, San Francisco has absolutely failed in building enough new homes.
State Senator Scott Wiener's law uses the tool as a way of ensuring cities build more affordable housing. On the one hand, cities can come up with their own plan. If they don't, the builder's remedy kicks in. Dylan Casey with the California Housing Defense Fund has the Cliff Notes version.
Developers are free to propose housing developments that are potentially much larger or more dense than the local zoning would allow.
But San Francisco isn't there yet. The city is facing down a 30-day notice, which they're waiting to receive. In order to sidestep that warning, the city's Board of Supervisors needs to pass Mayor London Breed's housing element, something Board of Supervisors President Aaron Peskin says should happen.
It is on its way to passage anyway, well within the 30-day limit that they have yet to impose.
In San Francisco, David Welch, KCBS.
Just ahead on KCBS.
I'm Chris Ancarlo. An influential group is throwing its weight against a plan to build a new city in Solano County. I'll tell you who.
What kinds of
Sunol, see how traffic's doing there. We've got KCBS traffic and weather together. Traffic part first from Kim in your local Honda dealer's traffic zone.
We've got a large gathering on the Sunol Grade 2. Earlier, minor crashes last hour, tying up your right out of Fremont, northbound 680. Both have occurred between Andrade Road and the 84 interchange. Everybody wrapping up on the right-hand shoulder, but significant delay. I can see bumper-to-bumper conditions from before Vargas Road. This update is brought to you by the Bay Area Air District and Flex Your Commute. So slow going there once you get past 84, smooth sailing into Pleasanton. Dublin grade, no new incidents to report. I see brake lights now as you head out of Castro Valley, approaching Foothill San Ramon, off and on into Dublin, Pleasanton, Livermore Valley. 580 is fine. Altamont Pass still on the light side. I do see some brake lights up ahead. Eastbound 205 through Tracy, but no new incidents to report. We've got a tough ride out of Oakland on both eastbound 24 and northbound 13. A stalled van just past the right bore on the Orinda side of the Caldecott Tunnel. It's coned off there, and the right lane is blocked. And a slow ride out of San Francisco if you're headed into the East Bay. On the lower deck of the Bay Bridge, a car with a blown-out tire in the tunnel. Eastbound 80 has got traffic backed up into San Francisco. And you can flex your commute. Imagine a better way to work. For more ways to ride together, visit baaqmd.gov/flexyourcommute and speak to your employer about commuter benefits. Next, update 318 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Still a lot of hazy sunshine, few high clouds out there. We are going to see increasing clouds come in into the evening, into the overnight hours, and we have a chance of some light scattered showers, although everyone might not see them through the early morning commute tomorrow. Then it should be cloudy but cool tomorrow with highs mostly in the 50s. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Moments like seeing my son's team cheer him on mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, I need even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets is an aromatase inhibitor for adults with HR-positive HER2-negative MBC and the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low-lying birth cells that may lead to serious infection. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Some disease can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
The needs of modern businesses are always changing, but corporate cards haven't evolved in decades. Until now. Meet Ramp, the all-in-one finance platform that combines corporate cards with spend management software. Ramp is the only card designed to actually help your business spend less, not more. With Ramp, you can set custom controls to stop out-of-policy spend before it even happens. And Ramp software even does expense reports for you. No more manual entries, no more chasing receipts. And with best-in-class accounting integrations, you'll close your books in days, not weeks. Ramp gives you better insights and a real-time view of all company spend, so you can stay focused on the big picture and build a healthier business. Join over 15,000 businesses who have switched to Ramp and start saving an average of 5%. Modern finance runs on Ramp. And now get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Are you a manager in charge of getting painting bids? Call me, Matt Jesse from MB Jesse Painting. Whether you have 10,000 square feet or 100 townhomes, let me provide you a free proposal today. Call 855-MB-JESSE or search mbjesse.com.
More now on the Tuesday afternoon News Watch. Another group is lined up in opposition to a plan to build a new city in Solano County. KCBS's Chris Carlo reports opponents of the project are organizing just as backers are hitting the road to sell their vision.
The project, dubbed California Forever, is an initiative from several tech billionaires operating under the Flannery LLC, which bought up 55,000 acres of land in Solano County.
They want to claim that this is brand new and never been heard of, but we fought these kind of developments in Solano County for well over 40 years.
Joe Feller is with the Solano group of the Sierra Club. The group announced its opposition to the proposed city TV today. Butler says there's already a law on the books designed to stop these sorts of projects.
The Orderly Growth Initiative states very clearly what is urban is municipal. So we want growth within our